I'm gonna have Greg Rogers sitting to my right here, fail my engine at any point he deems appropriate, and we'll try and make a safe landing. When I first started flying with my girlfriend, well, she first started flying with me, and let's put it that way. I told her that I would always be flying, and I would always keep a place in mind where I was going to land at any given time. That's the way I was trained. Where are you going to land? Where are you going to land? And my instructor on cross countries or any flight would kill the engine. My first instructor outside of Boston, my engine was failed on every single flight. Every single flight it was failed, and I believe as an instructor, if instructors are watching this, fail the engine every single flight. Don't just fail it in pattern, fail it out there where you think there's nothing to land. And after you give them the initial primary instruction on what to do, sit back and let them make the decisions. Oh, here he goes. Best glide speed, pick a place to land. I'm going back to that same road there. 65 knots. When I'm turning, I got a road. Now, there wasn't much wind, so I am gonna head to a point right there being those cars. That's where I'm gonna land. It's gonna be up. I'm gonna choose to go uphill because there's no wind. The idea here, folks, is to get the point where your wheels are gonna hit. Now that's a long road. You can't just go for the road. I may touch down right where it bends. That would make it hard. Pick an exact point where your wheels are gonna hit, and that's where I'm gonna go. So now I've established my point. It's right down there. I'm gonna check tanks on both, mixture rich, carb heat out, primer and lock, master on, turn the keys. It did not start. I will stay on the tower frequency and go Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Now, do I have time for one more spiral? No, I do not. So I'm going to simulate that this is the downwind, and I'm going to turn to my 45. I go Mayday, 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 734 X-Ray Hotel, 8 miles west of the airport, going down, 3 people on board, 3 souls on board, please send help. I'm turning to base here, squaring it, look at the altitude, and I'll go full flaps. Coming in before I touch down. I'm going to shut off the fuel, shut off the mixture, just think fire. For the interest of safety, I'm going to clear my engine. I don't like to do that on a demonstration because it may put me long. Now here I come coming down. I'm going to do an S-turn to lose it. Now, are we going to make that spot, or are we going to walk away, folks? Yes?
We lived.
We lived. Okay, I'm going to go up because there is a rule, and I don't want to break any. Be careful not to. You had flaps down, I had trim. Make sure you don't go into a elevator trim stall. Now, had it been high enough, I would have been finishing the radio call to giving them a little bit more explicit instructions on where to find us. Part of pre-takeoff briefing should tell you passengers in the event of emergency where you're gonna go, but where you're gonna meet. I always like to say 100 feet behind the plane. You know, always let them know how many people are on board, because there's no sense coming out there and finding Greg and leaving me in the dark. You know, or worse yet, finding me and leaving you.
I appreciate that.
That's okay.